Welcome to a video tutorial on PVSOL Premium, new features of 2017 revision 6, and we're going to be looking at a couple of things. First thing is about controlling the viewpoint that you will have if you've imported an image as a floor plan. Now, with the R6 version, you will be able to use your right mouse to move the image around. Prior to version 6, you will need to use the keyboards. Letters A and D, WS and R and F will do the movement for you. So things will be somewhat improved with revision 6 in this matter. So also you'll notice tracing the outline of most buildings, you want them to be rectangular, and that's not always easy to do with freehand using the mouse. So there's a facility to right click on the polygon you've created and put right angles in all the corners. Well, that all the corners that are nearly right angles. If they're too far out, they won't become right angles. But in this illustration, you can see the vast majority of the corners are now right angles. They've got a little symbol as you zoom in, which shows that. And once those you've got sort of connected points of the building that are right angle, you can use your mouse in the middle of the section, and the whole piece moves parallel inwards and outwards, and then the dimensions change accordingly. Similarly, if you want to move the corner that's a right angle, this is also now linked to the other nearby right angle corners. If you want to change your mind about any particular corner, you can right click and edit and untick the box that says aligning as a right angle. And once you do that, that little symbol disappears, and you can grab hold of that corner with your mouse and make it any angle and associated dimensions as you choose. Double clicking on that corner, by the way, also brings the same dialog up. You can retick that box to make them right angles, or you can actually type in the XY coordinates of that corner as well. So, moving on, if you want to extrude a 3D object now from your floor plan, the question arises at which edge will become the sort of reference edge, and you have now the choice to select which edge that will be. So once you've got your 3D object extruded and get it in position you need to, you right click and edit, and you've got a little drop down box now that says reference edge, and dropping that down you can choose your edge, and you'll see there's little numbers around the building edges, corresponds to those numbers, and whatever edge you choose will be the reference to the angles that are shown in a dialog. In particular the sort of pitch of the roof. So that's being illustrated there with edge 7 as the hinge. So we can change that. There's edge 1 now, and that changes the tipping point. You can also deselect all the edges. So yeah, don't forget, if it's going to be effectively a low pitched flat roof, that reference edge will become important to what the modules are going to be aligned to later on, and that will be illustrated shortly. Anyway, we're leaving this one with edge 10 referenced. So, assuming it's coverable, we can activate and put some modules on. These are pre-prepared, and this just shows, in this case, they're aligned with that reference edge 10. Anyway, we're going to remove those modules and get into a little more detail of setting out edge distances, which was previously only possible on the four main parts of the building, but with polygons you have lots of edges, so now it's possible to detail each edge and whatever edge distance you'd like on those edges. You can either keep it as it is, which is a tick box on for all sides, and then you have a common edge distance for all the edges, or you can deselect that tick box for all sides, and then you can adjust it. You've got preset values as before with the drop down box, which has just been shown. So unticking that box and then clicking in a table allows those values, as you see, to be different to each other. Or if you change your mind, quickly tick the box again. Now, restricted distances on superstructures that you add onto the roof can also be adjusted. So in this case, we're going to click and drag a shed onto this roof, and we're going to right click on that, and that will give us restricted distances, which at the moment is tick for all sides, and that can be adjusted for all sides, or as before we can individually adjust each edge if we wish, and so modules won't be placed in that area. Parapet walls previously had a sort of similar restriction with just the sort of main four sides, but now with polygons it's possible to have a parapet wall and adapted to all the roof edges. You just need to adjust the width and height of that parapet wall. Clicking OK, and there you see it's followed the outline of the wall. If you edit, it removes that parapet wall, and then you can readjust as you need to. So to speed things up, this video is just going to quickly draw out some barred areas in the middle of the roof, which we don't want modules on, and also pre-prepared are the modules fitted on frames, or mounted if you like, and therefore for the purposes of this video it's quickly covering all the areas now that we want to on the two sides of the roof. And we can now consider the alignment of these modules, and because as I say we align them to edge 10 before, but you can actually select just part of that array now, and we're going to nudge them up to another edge. So we're going to consider shade frequency with that area that's is now on the roof, and by examining the numbers on the modules we can decide which we might want to move. In this case we're just choosing 15%, that's your own choice ultimately, but in this case we're going to identify modules that have got greater than 15% of the year shaded, and we're going to use this tool now to adjust the length of rows. So when you select it, all the other features are disabled with your mouse, and effectively the only tool it becomes is allowing you to click and drag and shift the edges of these frames, these mounted modules, left or right, to reduce them or extend them depending on which side you've got the mouse upon. So you can tune up your widths of your frame systems very easily now. It was a bit tricky to do that before this version. And as the video has shown, you can even now, as long as that icon is selected, you can pick individual parts now of a larger array and move them left and right. So you can come out of that mode in the normal ways. And now we're going to illustrate the cutting of frame systems with that icon with the scissors. And once that's selected, all other features are disabled with the mouse, and now you've just got this pair of scissors which you can choose which array to cut, to separate, as it were. So we're just going to do that on these top 3 or 4, 5 frames. And once you've done that, you can treat them separately. You can select them separately. In this case, we're going to select them and delete that particular section, again tidying up the edge of that frame system. So thank you for watching. We'll now give you some further information for follow-up with the online forum, and possible to download the software and trial it if you care to. So thank you for listening.